Hi and welcome to my channel and welcome to another episode of the Photo Lounge. It's that weird bit in between Christmas and New Year when everyone's got too much turkey to spare, and this year of course many of us are under tier 4 lockdown, so I'm not really getting out to do very much apart from take a walk, take a bit of exercise and take the camera with me when I'm doing it. So this is giving me a chance to actually take a bit of tea here. That's giving me a chance to go and test some stuff out. So we have the MPP 5x4, which I took on a walk down to a local beauty spot, Hollow Ponds, which is just down the road from where we live in East London. And I had the strange coincidence of meeting another photographer down there with a 10-8 field camera. So hello to James, and I hope you got good shots. I got one, which I was quite pleased with, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. A few little issues, but then I'm still getting used to shooting on 5.4. So let's have a look at that.
So here we are at the lovely Hollow Ponds. The history of this place is quite interesting. As far as I'm aware, it started out during World War II as a bunch of bomb craters where the Luftwaffe unloaded after passing by East London, and they turned the craters into a boating lake and wildlife area. It's very lovely there, as well as being actually quite crowded on occasions, but I was fairly lucky. It was a cold day, so I got a lift from the wife to go down, because I was carrying quite a heavy Manfrotto tripod and the 5.4 MPP. As I mentioned earlier, I met the very nice guy called James down there, who was down there with his own 10.8 camera. Anyway, this image I shot at 2 seconds at f32. I did have to crop it a little bit because I didn't realise, and it was very difficult to see in the viewfinder because of vignetting, slightly dull viewfinder anyway, on the screen, that I could actually see the front of the front stand of the front board, the whole baseboard, in the photograph. So there's a couple of little focusing wheels showing at the bottom, which I've cropped out. I could have avoided this by using my intelligence a bit and dropping the whole front standard by about 15 degrees. You can drop the whole baseboard down on an MPP. But I'll know for a future reference anyway.
Well, this is a bit of a bumper edition because I've got lots of stuff to get through. I'll let you know some of the things that are coming up in the new year because I'm quite excited about that, and show you some of my little Christmas presents to myself. I've always been fascinated with rangefinder cameras, but in my professional life I never really got to use them. Not quite sure why. They were, I think, maybe a little out of fashion with photographers doing what I was doing at the time. Maybe I thought they were kind of a bit old hat, you know. But I've been quite attracted to the idea of using rangefinders again. And to that end, I started off a few months ago picking up this one. And, well, let me show you.
I suppose this first Russian beauty was sort of indirectly responsible for me starting to get interested in actually getting out and taking pictures again and starting this channel. I bought it on a whim around the beginning of lockdown. It's a Zorki 3C from 1957, and it's in really quite lovely condition. It's a bit of a handful, bit of a lump. That's very well equipped with speeds up to 1,000th of a second and down to a second. Doesn't have a lever wind. If it looks familiar, it's basically the same as the later Zorky 4 and Zorky 4K. It's just missing the self-timer and the lever wind. There's the speeds between a second and 1,000th. Fantastic camera. I didn't get much chance to try it, and I've just started using it again. Zorky's a little bit on the heavy side, so I was looking around to pick up something a little lighter, perhaps possibly a little simpler. And the next camera came up, and it's a Fed 2. So you can see from this that the Fed 2 is actually considerably shorter, top to bottom, than the old Zorky. It's actually much closer to the original Barnack Leica design. It's actually, the one I have there is actually fitted with a collapsible lens, which is pretty much a direct copy of the Elmar. It's unlike the earlier Fed 1s that were complete Barnack Leica copies, in the sense that it's got a rangefinder and viewfinder all in one, which is very convenient to use. It's got a really smooth wind on, really silent shutter. All in all, a lovely little camera. I stripped it back and cleaned up the rangefinder and did a bit of adjustment on it. But it's a pretty little thing, and there's some photographs coming up that I took with it. You see here that the little Fed 2 doesn't have quite the same range of shutter speeds as the Zorky 3C. It's only a 25th to a 500th, but I don't find that's too much of a problem for a walk-around camera. It's a lightweight little thing, and it is what it is. It's so nice, in fact, that I bought a second one, which you can see here, for a stupid price of about 20 quid. I fitted a lens that I got from an old Fed 4, which wasn't working, and I bought that cheaply as well, so I've had a little bit of a collecting fest. Anyway, I picked up very cheaply a Jupiter 11 135mm Leica screw thread lens, initially for the Zorky 3, but obviously it fits all of my little family now, and one of the KMZ viewfinders, which they're a wonderful thing. They're a current viewfinder which gives you views for the 28, the 35, the 50, the 85 and the 135mm lenses. You just click them around. Very cool. Works very, very well on the Zorky, as you can see here. Here's the turret finder mounted on the Zorky. As you can see, it sticks back a little bit, and that's a little bit of an issue. Not so bad with the Zorky, it does poke you in the face a little bit. But as you can see here, it's much, much worse with the Fed. In fact, it's almost unusable on the Fed. As you can see, it sticks out considerably more than it does with the Zorky. I'm working on ways of getting around that. It may just be me getting used to it, but I'll let you know on that one. Okay, and on to some results from the Russian Rangefinders. The first couple of images I'm going to show you were taken with the Zorky 3. The first one with a 50mm lens, and the second one with 135. All the rest were taken with the little Fed 2 on a very quick walk round Hollow Ponds the other day. High art they're not, but they show you what this little camera was capable of.
Well, 2020 didn't go the way I think any of us expected at this time last year. It's been a pretty awful year for most of us. Hopefully 2021 will be better. We're still locked down tier 4 here. I don't call it lockdown, but that's kind of what it is. As soon as we can get out and about a bit more, I'll be taking the camera with me, the video camera, so that you can see me using the 5.4. I've been a bit shy about doing that. It's not my normal line, but I'm just going to have to come out of my shell more. I'm also going to be bringing you lots of reviews. I'm going to start off soon with a tripod one. I'm going to be doing some reviews into developing tanks. Those are quite interesting ones because there are some not particularly good bargains around in that area, as I found out. And we'll be looking at second-hand lenses, Russian lenses, all kinds of things. So lots to look forward to, and I shall be seeing you all really soon. Have a peaceful and happy new year and a good 2021.